Welcome to the BioBuzz Center. This is Tracy Cooley, and we're here at the 2012 Bio International Convention. And I am here with Dr. Gary Ruvkun from Harvard Medical School. Welcome, Gary.
Nice to be here.
And before we start the interview, just to remind everybody to follow us at I Am Biotech on Twitter. And please feel free to submit questions. So today, Dr. Ruvkun has accepted the Dr. Paul Janssen Award for Biomedical Research. That was given today by Janssen. So tell us, what does this award mean to you?
Well, this is a wonderful acknowledgement of discovery that Victor Ambrose and I made between 1993 and 2001 approximately, about microRNAs, the smallest RNAs that regulate the production of proteins by messenger RNAs in cells across animals. And it's really great because the Janssen pharmaceutical company it's always been very visionary. I've only learned about it after they told us that we had been awarded this, and I discovered all the amazing drugs that they've developed over the years. So it's wonderful that they give an award for fundamental research because the pharmaceutical industry and the biotech industry really depends on what emerges from academia over the long haul. They have their own development train for sort of short-term kinds of research, but what comes out of the NIH-funded research in the U.S. anyway is very important for the biotechnology industry. I watched biotechnology develop. I came to Boston as a graduate student in 1976, so did Victor Ambrose, my co-awardee, and that was at the moment when biotech was invented. Not by us, of course, but we watched the professoriate of the institutions where we were graduate students really developing this industry, and this emerged from sort of the labs in its modern incarnation since '76. So I've watched it from afar, never been a part of it, but I feel like I'm a part of it in the sense that almost everybody in this industry has roots in biology research.
So the award is in recognition of your work on microRNAs. Can you tell us a little bit about that research?
This was research that emerged from Victor Ambrose's lab and my lab, where we were doing developmental biology research, trying to figure out how cells are programmed by their genomes to become different cell types in patterned arrays. And there was really a revolution in developmental biology that I became aware of in the early 80s. It probably started earlier than that. It was an electrifying moment to go to meetings. I remember our Cold Spring Harbor Symposium in 1985, where our work was first presented, and other work in fruit flies, how segments are generated, and the discovery of the homeobox. These sorts of universal genes were just becoming into the awareness of the biology community. And so we come out of that tradition of trying to explain something as fundamental as how does the cell know what to become. That was a revolution in science concepts that Victor and I were sort of immersed in, and that's what really inspired us to make our own discoveries.
So tell us about what you think the long-term prospects of microRNA are.
Well, what's been amazing to watch is the microRNA revolution, and that's one of 4 or 5 revolutions that I've seen in my career. It started with recombinant DNA revolution. The RNA interference and microRNA revolution has really changed the face of how research is done. They're trying to change the face of how therapeutics might be done. It's early days to know whether they actually will be useful in the clinic. They're clearly useful in the lab. So if you're going to posit sort of power to do biology, microRNAs and RNAi have changed the face of how research is done. And to me, that's a pretty good indication that they will change the face of how therapeutics is done.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Dr. Ruvkun. We hope you enjoy the rest of the convention.
Thank you.
For the BioBuzz Center, this is Tracy Cooley.